Hi everyone. Today we're working on Lab 14, hard water or soft water, on page 9 in your INB.
All right, so Lab 14, hard water or soft water. You guys have some background knowledge about these two different kinds of water. So thinking back to the article you read and some discussion we've had about it, remember that hard water is water that has more minerals dissolved in it. And hard water is typically the kind of water that comes out of the faucet or the tap where we live or where we're at school. And then soft water has fewer minerals and like distilled water that we made in our last lab and that you can also buy at the store. This is distilled water. This is very soft, so it has few to no minerals in it. Okay, So if you look at your data table, we'll start on the left side. So you can see where it says water hardness, and then there's an arrow going down. So as you go down the column, the hardness of the water is increasing. And here's how we've labeled it. So we have the letter D, which stands for distilled water. T is for tap water. Now below that you see D1 and T1. What that means is distilled water with 1 gram of minerals dissolved in it, then tap water with 1 gram of minerals. Then we have distilled D with 2 grams of minerals and tap water with 2 grams. So we've set up these same labels on our 6 test tubes. So here is our distilled water, and what we've done is put 5 milliliters of distilled water in the test tubes that say D, 5 milliliters of water, tap water, in the test tubes that say T on them. So here and here. And then we've gone ahead and already added 1 gram of minerals to these two and 2 grams of minerals to those 2 test tubes. All right, so our minerals have dissolved inside here. And you'll notice the next part on your data table is asking you to record height of suds in the test tube, okay? So we're just gonna show you in one example what we're gonna do, and then we'll come back and give you all those results, okay? All right, so we've got some regular dish detergent here, and I put a little bit inside this cup so it's a little easier to get to. And I'm gonna use this, this dropper here to suck up a little bit of that soap into my dropper. There's so little you can hardly see it. And then I'm going to put 1 drop of soap down into our distilled water. Whoop, there it.
Come on, there we go.
That's good. Okay, now I'll put the cap on, and then here's what we're going to do is shake it up. You can see already that when you shake it, it creates these soap suds. So we're gonna shake each of these test tubes with 1 drop of soap for the same amount of time. And then we'll come back and measure the height of the soap suds after shaking. Okay, so now we are ready to record our results. On your data table, you guys, go ahead and just cross this column out. We're gonna just fill in this expected results together with our results here in the lab. So as you can see, we've shaken all of them. They're all showing some soap suds. And now we're gonna measure the height of them and record our data. All right, here we go.
So for the distilled only, I'm gonna measure from the very bottom where the soap suds begin to the top point where I see them. And that looks to be about 9 centimeters.
Okay, so that is in our distilled test tube. You're gonna write 9 centimeters, okay? Next.
And the tap water only, I'm just gonna turn it to the side a little bit so we can see the suds. And that is at 7 centimeters.
So next T is 7, all right?
And then D1 is 2 centimeters.
Okay. 2 for D1.
T1 is about 1 centimeter.
Okay, so we'll go 1 here. And our last 2.
D2 is 0.5 centimeters,
Okay.
so half a centimeter.
5.
And then T2 looks like, I'd say, did I say 2 centimeters? Yeah, 0.5. This one is 0.3.
0.3 centimeters. Okay. All right.
Okay, so now this data shows us that the more minerals there are in the water, the fewer suds there are. You could think of it as if the minerals are in the water already, it's crowded. So there's not as much space for those suds to form. All right, there's not enough space for all of them. But in the distilled water that has nothing in it, nothing dissolved in it yet, the soap has more space to form its suds.
Excellent. So the next thing we'll do is we'll work through a graph together down below your data table, and then we'll do some summary questions. So thanks for watching Lab 14.